Hello everybody, thank you for being here. We are going to get a general reading done today, so no sign specific. I've already pre-shuffled the cards pretty good, so I don't want to spend too much time doing that. Please only take this if it resonates. Otherwise, just leave it behind. It may not be your reading, okay? So with that being said, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate the support and hope that these messages are helping in some way. All right, so we're gonna pull, like I said, just some cards with tarot, and then we're gonna see what comes out, and we'll go from there. I'll first pull this spread, okay? So let's see, for my subscribers, what is the energy that the subscribers need to know? All right, let's go. Whoa, that was fast. Okay, we have the Four of Cups, so we've got some Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What else? Wow, Two of Cups, more water energy there. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, this one landed in reverse, but the Five of Wands landed on the floor in reverse, so I think I'm going to take it in reverse. Okay. Keep going. Let's get one more. What was that? King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. That's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, by the way. So the King of Swords wanted to show itself. So there could have been some sort of truth revealed here. Someone making a decision to cut someone off, or a decision to, even if this is a love reading, which it looks like so far, it could be somebody who was either thinking of separation or divorce, or somebody who has come out of a divorce. Let's get one more. If it comes out, it comes out. Oh my gosh, we got two. I asked for one. Okay, we've got Pisces with the Ten of Cups, and we have the Knight of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay, I didn't want to take this many, but we're going to keep it together. All right, we're going to clarify all of these. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups, more water energy, and the Ace of Pentacles, first earth sign energy that is coming up. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and more Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So in the background, what you're not seeing, or maybe what's kind of overshadowing in the background, is a loss. There's some sort of loss. It's a very painful loss. There could be regrets attached to this melancholy energy that's showing up here. Somebody has either turned away from love because there was no choice, or somebody walked away from them. There is an energy of somebody missing someone here, but in the background there's also an opportunity being offered here, but this person is not able to see this opportunity. So we'll see what all of this means, and if we need to kind of go back to that. Yeah, you could be in this energy yourself. You could have heavy water placements, particularly, I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of Cancer, but also Pisces. Okay, let's go ahead. Based off of this so far, you guys, I'm seeing either a missed opportunity, a rejection, somebody feeling ignored, in love, a connection that felt like a divine match, somebody who, it could have felt like this was a connection that was brought kind of serendipitous, like energy behind this coming together. And I feel like there was some tension that had built up, or there was some sort of conflict. Other people were involved. Somebody has disconnected themselves out of this energy. They're not partaking in game playing. They're not partaking in going back and forth, okay? Energetically, somebody has completely pulled the plug here, disconnected their energy from being involved in this petty argument or disagreement here. There's some sort of abundance of happiness here that somebody is wanting to race towards. So we'll see who that is. We'll get an energy here, energy check to kind of clarify all of these now. But that's just what those basic cards are telling me so far. So, you know, and this could be telling me it's about a past situation, because this card in particular, this person is staring at the past love, the past emotions, the past disappointments, failed relationships, failed, it doesn't even have to be relationships. It could just be things that you emotionally felt tied to that didn't work out in your favor. Could have felt rejection or some sort of disappointments. So let's go ahead and clarify these cards now. All right, let's see. What is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Four of Cups here? The Knight of Pentacles. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo showing up here. Okay. What else with the Four of Cups, please? We're going to just clarify all of these. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Okay, we've got Six of Pentacles. So lots of earth energy here. Let's get one more. Magician. Oh, we got two more. The Magician, air energy, and more fire with the Three of Wands here. I only wanted one more, but we're going to take whatever comes out today, you guys, and just see how this plays out. Hopefully you guys can see all these cards here. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's get some clarifiers for the Two of Cups, please. What is the Two of Cups? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. So we've got fixed sign energy here. Okay, what else for the Two of Cups? Why is the Two of... Oh, the Devil and... Oh, we've got two major arcanas showing up in reverse here. So the Devil, Capricorn energy, and we've got Aries, Aquarius with the Fool card. Okay, bear with me here, guys. I've got to cover these cards up. These bodies. All right. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's get... Actually, how I wanted to do this was like this. So I'm not going to pull more. I'm just going to pull it like that. This just came out on its own. I wanted only an extra one. Okay, let's get the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, we've got the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, more Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So a lot of earth energy showing up here. Heavy Capricorn. Let's get one more. Strength card, Leo energy. Lots of major arcanas, you guys. It's a pretty deep reading so far. My goodness. Okay, and let's get the Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands clarified, please. Wow, check out the Queen of... And I just saw the Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We saw the King of Swords before, remember? So this is definitely feeling like a divine match. The two of you, you know, showing King and Queen of Swords energy. So the two of you could have both been in other marriages or long-term commitments that maybe you both separated from. Or it could just be the two of you separated from each other. So we'll see. Can I get a few more for... Oh, wow. Gemini energy with the Lovers. Check this out, you guys. Wow. Okay. So many major arcanas. Let's get one more, please. What's the Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. Are you kidding me right now? Look at this. You guys match. Your guys' energy matches. Whoever you and this person is. We've got the Nine of Cups, Pisces, and the Page of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So there is something here in the background. Again, somebody wanting to come forward to make some sort of manifestation a reality. I feel like somebody wants to take action, something they're quite passionate about or excited about that I feel like this person feels like they've never put their desires first. They have never put their own needs first, their emotional happiness first. This is somebody who's thinking about that, being a little bit selfish in love to chase something that they want. Now, whether that's you or your person or whoever you're thinking about, we're going to dissect this a little bit here. Okay, so before I do that, I just want to make sure that you guys can see the spread. It's a little bit crooked, but whatever, it's going to have to do. Okay, so you guys, what I'm seeing here is, and take it as it resonates, could be you, could be the person that you were dealing with or are dealing with. So there's this energy here of somebody who was a little slow to invest, okay? Somebody here felt rejected, ignored, almost like a missed opportunity. They're focused on something else when somebody enters their life to offer love or a loving gesture. And I feel like somebody did come in, could be an earth sign, could be this King of Pentacles. Somebody had come in the past and made an offer. It was a very small offer, but it was something stable. It was something worth investing in. I feel like they were still guarded though. They didn't really let you in emotionally, and maybe that's why you could have felt a little bit ignored in the heart space. This person was definitely breadcrumbing you. This is somebody who left you as an option. I feel like this person left you waiting around, waiting for them to send a message, waiting for them to bring you something tangible. They were too slow to invest. I feel like you got bored of this. You waited around hoping that this person would show up. You tried to manifest some sort of balance between this connection, but I feel like this person could have been just sprinkling time on you here and there, not really making you a priority. And although they are a very generous person, they're somebody stable in general, they are a very secure individual in their own confidence, in their own world. I feel like a lot of people were tugging on this person's energy, which made you feel ignored or, quite frankly, rejected in some way emotionally. Now, you did wait a little bit. I do see that you were sure, you made plans with this person, you showed up, but there's maybe something here that making a date or some sort of message you were waiting for that never came through, or a date or something did not happen as planned. And this is directly in connection to someone who feels or felt like a soulmate to you. This is somebody who was brought to you out of nowhere. It came kind of at a time when you might have been going through a major shift in your life. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you may have been at the time when this person entered your life, closing out a very difficult cycle, feeling like you had a lot of unlucky days in that period of time. You could have even been traveling a lot too at that time, but that doesn't have to be the case for everybody. There's something here about you experiencing a life change when this person entered your life. And I feel like you tried to detach or not stay too obsessed in this person. It's like they felt like a little bit of a risk to you. Maybe you felt like you couldn't trust this person's love. You couldn't trust what they were offering. They had almost like a, I want to say player energy, because this person is showing me Knight of Wands energy. They could have even been looking at you that way, but this is somebody here that you were willing to take a risk on, although you were going through some sort of closing out of a toxic, perhaps a toxic connection that you were in with somebody else. I can see you here focused on past loves, past disappointments, feeling like you finally broke free from something when this person entered your life. You felt like this was a new opportunity, a new beginning, something that felt a little bit risky. This person could have even been a little bit intimidating to you, but this is somebody who entered your life that was very different from the rest of those people, from the rest of those loves that you may be experienced in the past. They were very different. This is somebody who was actually very responsible, very goal-oriented, could have had, you know, some financial issues. They maybe didn't have enough at the time, but this is somebody who would actually be considered stable, in my opinion. They were very focused on their studies or work or just family in general, who they invested their time with, but they were somebody busy. Now, I do see here, because of that connection entering your life, it felt like a lucky streak for you. You said, oh my gosh, this person doesn't have addictions. This person doesn't, you know, drink too much, or this person doesn't do this or that. And I feel like it was a breath of fresh air. And I feel like there was almost like a false start with this person. It's, you know, this is a new beginning, a whole new leap of faith into the unknown, a new journey, kind of throwing your hands in the air and saying, I'm going to go for it. So something here entered your life, divine timing. This is fated. This is destiny. This person was meant to come into your life. And the universe showed you this person was not like the rest. They didn't have addictions to substances, or they dabbled in it maybe, but they weren't somebody that maybe people you've dealt with in the past were obsessed with, you know, substances. So there's something here that really impressed you with this person's character and their lifestyle. I feel like they could have been somebody that could have even made you look at life a little bit differently, or look at love a little bit differently, but something delayed this new beginning. There's some sort of pause that took effect here. okay? And I feel like you tried not to obsess over this person. You tried not to hold on too tightly. You almost felt like it could have been a little bit too good to be true. At the same time, you might have been going through something very difficult when this person entered your life and offered you, you know, love or a small gesture of investment. So I feel like they gave you a sense of security, but at the same time, any love that they did give you was very limited. And I feel like you were kind of fixated on something from the past that you were trying to release yourself from. Now, what comes of this is this person, I feel like, got tired of waiting for you. This is somebody who invested some time with you, but at the same time was investing in other people. So whether it was you or this person that was waiting around, waiting to see if something would grow, it was like a false start. And there could have been other people involved who made this could have made you feel like you had to fight for this person's attention. I feel like you tapped out of that. You built up some sort of courage and strength to say, I know my worth. I know where I'm going to invest my time. I'm not going to be fighting for this person's attention. I'm not going to partake in these petty games to stand out of the crowd. So I feel like you kind of pulled back your energy here. You started focusing on building things in your own world. And I feel like you could have really done well for yourself at that time period. You went through something very difficult with the Strength card here. And I feel like you were going through something difficult. Could have been financially at the time, but you actually leveled up quite nicely. You know, I'm kind of getting that this could be you, but it could be the energy of the other person. I feel like the two of you were both really focused on finances, but there's this held back energy, somebody not allowing themselves to go after something here in the heart space, in love. I feel like there's a very stubborn energy of somebody saying, I'm not going to be an option. I'm not going to fight to try and get your attention or to stand out. This person could have made you feel like they weren't interested. You could have invested time, energy, tried to make plans and dates with them, and nothing was growing. So I feel like this person was very focused on family, focused on studies or work. You could have looked at them like they were a little bit aloof to love, like they weren't offering you their heart space. They almost wanted you to be in competition with other people, okay, which you were not having. I feel like you decided to tap out of that. It took a lot of strength. I feel like you had to be very brave to risk losing this person by saying, I'm not going to, you know, try and fight for this. I feel like you could have pulled back your energy. At the same time, maybe waiting to see if anything would come of it, if this person would offer you that pentacle, more stability, maybe to take things to a more serious level instead of this kind of breadcrumbing energy. Now, what I do see next is this person suddenly sees that you are the 10 of Cups. You're somebody that they could have a potential emotional fulfillment with, a happily ever after with, build a family, get married, have children, or just someone that made them feel very safe in the heart space. But they're showing up as a Knight of Wands. This is somebody who got a lot of attention or gets a lot of attention. They could be physically very active, very fit. They look good. They smell good. This is somebody who gets a lot of attention and they like that attention. I feel like after you pulled back your energy, after you showed this person that you were not going to try to fight to get their attention, this person kind of picked up speed, racing in towards you. Now, this person made a decision here with this Gemini energy of the Lovers. They felt this connection, okay? There's an angel between the two of you in both cards. When you were first introduced to each other, and then later when temptations introduced in between the two of you, I feel like this person expressed something to you here. We saw the King of Swords earlier. I feel like that person was the King of Swords. I feel like they said something to you that could have been hurtful, could have been a little bit cold, and I feel like you gave it right back to them, okay? This person made you feel like you had to raise that sword and say something back to protect yourself, put up a boundary. I feel like they could have cut you off for some weird reason. They could have abruptly cut you off. They could have tried to love bomb you in some way, and I feel like you almost put something in between the two of you, like, that's not going to work on me. I feel like you were smarter than that. They saw that. They saw that you were valuing yourself, your self-worth. You were also focusing on building your own stability, your own security, looking for settling down. And I feel like this person may have thought you were aloof to love. So there's a lot of this back and forth energy of the two of you having a lot of miscommunication is what it feels like. Not revealing feelings, not being honest, not going after what you want. I feel like this person could have had a hot temper the way they came towards you with this love bombing. And it only happened a little too late. I feel like they were very, very slow to make something happen here. So I feel like you put up that sword, collective. You put some sort of boundary and said, I'm not going to be made a choice. And I'm not going to be a temptation for you. I'm either the one or none. So I feel like you did cut this person off right back. Like if they cut you off, I feel like you didn't go chasing after them. You saw something very clearly that this person chose something else other than this connection. They chose to go in a different direction, because I do see the 9 of Cups here. Somebody who showed up with kind of self-serving intentions. Once there was something here that you didn't find attractive, or I feel like you read through the BS, you saw through the BS, I feel like this person didn't realize how intelligent you were. Like these games, they didn't play on you. They didn't work on you. And I feel like this person could have gone in a different direction. They made plans to use that playful energy, that flirty energy in a different direction towards someone else. Okay, so let's see if I can get a little bit more collective. What is the outcome of this? This is not going to be for everybody, so only take this if it sounds like this resonates for you, okay? Now, I do feel like there is regret. We saw the 5 of Cups earlier. Whether that's you or them, there's regrets, definitely. There's sadness, there's missing each other energy. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. So somebody's trying to stay busy at work to distract themselves. They're trying to perfect some sort of skills that maybe are hobbies, really trying to focus on the potential of making, you know, some sort of side hustle a reality to bring something to maybe add to your income, whether that's you or them. I feel like there's this energy of really focusing on material abundance right now, leveling up some way. And I feel like right now you're very content in your own world. I feel like you are kind of ignoring love at this time. I feel like you've been hurt in the past, so you know when somebody is lying, you know when somebody's making you feel like an option or trying to manipulate you in the mind. I feel like you cut through that fog, you cut through that illusion of whatever it was. You made a choice as well. They made a choice too, but you made a choice that you weren't going to fall for some sort of games they were playing. Yeah, you departed from this. So the potential outcome here, I do see traveling forward, okay? Moving forward, could be on your own, could be moving, could be leaving a place or a city behind, or just leaving these emotions behind. I feel like you're really following your intuition, trying to be very determined in you're determined to succeed at something here, okay? And I feel like it's in connection to your material world. I don't feel like, you know, this person is returning or anything like that. It could be read as somebody coming back, but I'm kind of getting more so that this is you really focused and determined on making some sort of skill that you're developing, whether it's a hobby, the start of a new business. You're really focusing on driving something forward in that arena. Let's get a little bit more. What else is the potential outcome? Look at that, 2 of Wands in reverse. You're no longer making plans with somebody here. I feel like this was you waiting in the past, and I feel like you manifested something in the past for this person to wake up and come forward. You're no longer waiting on making plans with somebody who's not showing up for you, okay? The World. Yeah. You've allowed this cycle to close out. I feel like you've accepted it. You've accepted, and I feel like you're really replaying all the conversations that you had in the past, or all the energy that was exchanged between the two of you in the past. I feel like you're kind of looking back at that, Maybe that's why this person is showing up. And finally allowing this cycle to close out once and for all. The world talks about a completion and a successful completion, okay? It's something that's going to propel you to start a new journey from beginning, okay? This is card 0. This is the very last card in the tarot deck of the major arcana. So, you know, there is this sense of going back to the beginning again. Maybe this person is going to send you messages. I don't know. There's something here about, look at that Ace of Pentacles. We saw that in the very beginning with the 5 of Cups. Let's see what's behind here. The 2 of Swords. I feel like there's a block in communication with you and that person. The Star, Aquarius, and the King of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's, oh, look at the past showing up here. Very well could be the past coming back around. Again, it could just be you closing out, reviewing the disappointments or reviewing the energy exchange between the two of you, how this person came into your life and how it kind of had a false start. There was like a lot of passion, a lot of desire, but it just didn't get off the ground. So I feel like you're just looking back at that and allowing it to close out officially and freeing yourself from that. I feel like you could be looking back at it like, wow, we could have had the 10 of Cups. We could have had a secure 10 of Pentacles, perhaps. So it could just be an energy of this person showing up in your reading because it's something that you're thinking about or has come up in your mind while you're working on something new here. There could even be a delay in whatever you're working on here. Whatever you're really determined and moving quickly towards, there could be a delay. Whatever plans you've made to execute something, there could be a delay. The 3 of Cups, a reunion, celebration. Give me more. Sorry, my stomach is rumbling. What's this 8 of Pentacles? Wow. Okay, 6 of Swords. You're working on leaving the past baggage behind. You're trying to mentally move forward, leaving, you know, those conversations, those arguments, those words that were exchanged, leaving it behind. But again, it's replaying on your mind while you're working. What is this 8 of Pentacles? The Ace of Swords. Are you kidding me right now? It's like you've had an epiphany while working on something. Something you're working on, maybe it has something to do with this connection, or it makes you think or reminds you of this person. We've got the 7 of Swords with that energy. So it could be maybe you're figuring out lies that were told, or you're figuring out a manipulation that this person had tried to put you through, or this could even be telling me here you're really strategizing on how to make something a reality. Interesting. Okay, let's get more. What's the Chariot? The Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Okay, give me one more. The Moon, more Pisces, Cancer. 3 major arcanas. You have this hidden desire to get going, but something's keeping you stuck. It's like some sort of illumination, some sort of realization that you've had recently has allowed you to see something very clearly from the person that you were dealing with, from their perspective. I feel like it's really driving something home for you here in regards to why something didn't work out, or why this person treated you the way that they did. Maybe there's something that you've heard recently that's coming to light. What's the 2 of Wands in reverse? Page of Cups. Maybe this person has sent you a message already. Or maybe they're thinking of doing that, but they're blocked. I don't know what this is, you guys, in the outcome. The outcome has something to do about while you're working on something very difficult here, you're putting in a lot of energy into either rebuilding yourself, starting a business, investing in some sort of skills, some sort of illumination, epiphany is coming to the light here in your crown chakra. It's like you can't get it out of your mind. You're trying to move past something here and move into the direction of the Chariot, where you're really determined to leave things back in the past, leave places, people, or just discussions and conversations that replay in your mind. You're trying to leave that behind and focus on something new here. But while you're leaving that stuff behind, there's an illumination that's happening here, okay? Your mind is being illuminated. Something is coming to the surface here emotionally. through your subconscious that is bringing an awareness of seeing something differently, seeing it from a different perspective as to why this did not work out. And I feel like with these plans that were either delayed or stopped or blocked altogether, somebody is really thinking about this, reminiscing about it, and even using their imagination to think, how can I break through to the collective and get a message across to them? You could even feel like they're telepathically communicating with you here, but there is something that stands in between the two of you, or in between you and moving forward with a plan that you have. But it's given you enlightenment to make a clear decision in which way to go. I feel like you could be fantasizing a lot right now about the outcome. There's that Page of Wands again. Yeah, this person could definitely be sending you a message, or again, they could be showing up out of nowhere. Look at them again. This felt like a wish fulfillment at one time, but I feel like this person is somebody who hasn't grown up much mentally, spiritually. I feel like they, yes, could have leveled up into the King of Pentacles. They could be a business owner. They could have a lot of things that they're proud of, their achievements. They could even be a parent or a husband or wife. But this is somebody who still thinks back to childhood when they think of you. When they want happiness, it's like they envision something from the past about them going in a different direction. I don't know what this means, you guys. I'm trying really hard to decipher it, but let's get one more for the moon. Look at that, the past right there. The moon, it's hidden. This past energy is showing up because it's in the deep subconscious. This is somebody that you reminisce about, somebody that you're thinking about right now that makes you feel nostalgic. And I feel like it's not just you, it's them too. This is a shared energy. Somebody's showing up in your reading today because the both of you have each other on each other's minds. You're both showing up here, wanting to reach out, wanting to send a message, still having a lot of passion and desire, trying to, again, fantasize. There's a fantasy here about how things used to feel. Okay, so somebody could very well be leaving a message for someone, but this is in reverse. So I feel like there's a block in communication. Somebody is being delayed with making a choice whether or not to reach out. Whether that's because somebody's involved in a marriage, has family, has children, or because this is something that closed out a long time ago and we saw the world. So it's almost like, do we go there again? Is it unfinished business, or should we leave it dead? Okay, so I hope that helped you in some way, and I will see you guys soon. Let me know if that resonated for you, if you could, in the comments, and give it a like if it did. I really appreciate it. Take care, guys.